Here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Coach Luis here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. Welcome to my afternoon abs and core class. Super glad to be back this week. Let's go ahead and dive right into this two-part workout here today. So first part of this workout is going to be 4 movements, 4 rounds. So that's going to give us about 16 minutes of work. We're going to do that kind of EMOM style, working for 45 seconds and resting and transitioning for 15 seconds. Now that's going to stay the same throughout part 1. So part 1, like I said, 4 intervals. I'm going to get into those movements right now. What we're going to start with, we're going to be on our backs with some supine alternating leg extension. So core is really tight. It's securing our whole back to the ground here. We got the knees bent. We're going to go ahead and straighten one leg at a time. Nice 45-degree angle there. Pull it back in with control. Same deal other side. So this is going to be our movement. The first one, it's going to be really tough, especially on that lower abdomen, to keep that low back down and really control between those two hips. Next thing, what we're going to do is flip on over. We're going to be doing some crawling today, you guys. So this is kind of something that's a little bit more advanced from that primal press we might be already used to. So with the crawl, we want to start with the hands under the shoulders. We want to push down through the toes so the knees are up. A lot of 90-degree angles here. The back is nice and straight. And then we're going to crawl just one step at a time here. A couple steps forward, a couple steps backwards. And so what this is going to look like is us stepping with the opposite hand and leg at the same time to keep it kind of uniform. So that's going to be kind of our advanced version today. Now, if moving around is not feeling good on the knees or the hips or the shoulders, go ahead and just hang out in that primal press position, just that static starting position with the knees up. All right, third thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to continue to work those shoulders right after the crawling. We're going to be doing that crossbar plank. So the only difference here is our elbows are not really going to be like this. We're going to be kind of creating a crossbar right here in front of the chest. Now, it doesn't matter which arm is on top here, whatever is most comfortable for you. All that really matters is that we're in that nice plank position, core is tight, back is flat, and that we don't have the shoulders up near the ears. Make sure we're not shrugging in this position. Use those lats, pull those shoulder blades down. We're just going to hang out static in that position. Then we're going to flip all on over to our backs for the reverse crunch. And this is going to be the final part of part 1. So the reverse crunch, you guys, we're going to keep that whole back glued. Knees can stay bent. We're going to pull them up into our chest with that core and then control it all the way back down. So you don't have to extend the legs. We also don't want to cheat. Don't push with those arms. Big contraction here, like we're trying to crush something in between the top of our legs and our stomachs here. So that's how our reverse crunch is going to look. And that is it for part 1. Now, part 2, at the end of this 16 minutes, we're going to rest for 30 seconds and then do an AMRAP. And so what that means, as many reps as possible for 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're going to be doing a plank with shoulder tap. So hands are going to start under the shoulders. We're up in this nice kind of push-up starting position. Then we're alternating, tapping one shoulder while the other arm supports us here. Using that core, we got to keep it nice and tight to make sure that those hips don't rotate at all. It's okay to shift weight a little bit. We want to keep it a staring contest with the ground and also continuing to blind the ground with those headlights front of the hips here. That's how we're going to end the workout, guys. Let's go ahead and now get into our warm-up now that we kind of are clear on what the assignment is today. What we're going to start with our warm-up here, guys, we're going to come down to the ground. Let's start hands and knees. Let's warm up those shoulders and the whole rest of the body, core included, with a little bit of primal press. So hands under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, maybe even a little bit further forward. Might feel like a compact version of your hands and knees. Let's push down through the toes. Boom, there we are. Nice 90-degree angles, knees, hips, shoulders, back's nice and flat. Let's take a couple breaths here, core is tight. Make a little double chin, don't let that head hang too much. One more breath. Good job, you guys. Let those knees down, way to control that. All right, next up, let's come down onto our backs. What we're going to do is practice securing that back to the ground using these core muscles. So let's take a nice big deep breath. And on that exhale, we're blowing out all the air that we got until we feel all these muscles around our rib cage tightening up. Go ahead and maintain that tension as we breathe. We're bringing the legs up in the air, bent at the knees. Let's move from the hips, tapping one heel on the ground at a time. Remember, I'm there trying to pull a towel out from under your low back. Don't let me pull that towel out. Keep that pressure, serious pressure on the ground with that back through those core muscles. One more each side here. Good, breathe as we go. Nicely done. All right, let's rest those legs. Good job, you guys. Give it a little bit of a shake. All right, like I said before, we're not going to need anything special for this workout. You guys don't already have water nearby, go ahead and grab some. Got to stay hydrated as we go here. What I'm going to do here momentarily is set the timer up. We're going to get through part 1, 16 minutes, and then part 2, after our 30-second rest, is going to be about 1 minute and 30, giving us a total of about 18 minutes of work here. We're going to cool down, and then we'll get out of here for the rest of your afternoon or evening. All right, you guys, here we go. So, like I said, 4 movements, 4 rounds, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I'm excited to get into this one. Let me make sure that the timer is appropriately set. All right, we're starting with on our backs, leg extension. So just similar to the warm-up, except we're kicking that leg out nice and straight. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it. All right. So just like that warm-up, feel free to take a breath, squeeze all that air out, keep that tension in the muscles as we continue to breathe. One leg's going to straighten out. We're going to control it back in. Then the other leg can move. We're going to straighten it out and pull it back in. Just one at a time here. We shouldn't be feeling anything change with that pressure low back into the ground. Remember, we're trying to pin an imaginary towel in between that. Don't let me pull that towel out. Nice, strong exhales will help us find that tension that we got when we blow all the air out of our body. We're also almost done. Let's do a couple more reps here. And time. Well done, you guys. All right, we can rest those legs. Time to flip on over. So here's where we have a little bit of a choice. You can either hang out static in that primal press position, or you can do a little bit of crawling back and forth. Let's go here in 3, 2, 1. All right, find that good starting position first, whatever you may be doing. And remember, it's opposite. So I'm stepping with the right arm and left foot, opposite again. And then we're just going backwards a little bit. Only really have to take 1 or 2 steps in each direction. And the key here, along with the coordination, is trying to keep that core nice and tight the whole time. Don't let that back round. If this is feeling like a lot, just go ahead and hang out in that static position. Good job, you guys. We got about 10 seconds left. Good. It's okay to stop and reset if you need to. Try and keep those hands on the shoulders, and time. Well done, you guys. Well done. Give those arms a shake. Relax those shoulders here for a minute. Crossbar plank coming up next. So we're going to be like this right in front of the chest, supporting. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Does not matter which arm is on top. All that matters is we're feeling nice and supported. Elbows under the shoulders. Shoulders also away from the ears. The core is tight. We're keeping a relatively straight line in between our shoulders and our heels here. Good job, you guys. Strong exhales will help us. I know it's kind of a double whammy on those shoulders. Do the best you can. Take little breaks as needed. If you want to switch up that arm, which arm is on top in the middle, feel free to do so. I'm trying that out as we speak. Got a few seconds left. Stay with me. And time. All right, you guys, good job. All right, we're going to be on our backs up next, finishing out round 1 here with that reverse crunch. Good job, you guys. All right, same thing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pull those knees up. Try and get even the hips up off the ground a little bit here. But again, we're just contracting in the front. Big, strong exhales will help us find the correct muscles that we want to be squeezing in order to bring those hips up. It should not be all the muscles in front of the hips here. Big squeeze, like we're trying to pin something in between the top of our legs and our stomach or lower rib cage. Great work, guys, great work. Almost done here, round one coming to a close. Good, and time. Good job, you guys. Okay, we can stay on our backs here. What we're gonna start with, round two, same deal, alternating that leg extension. Grab some water if you need it. We're gonna get going with round two in 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, find that good starting position first. Don't move those legs until the low back is cemented into the ground. Then we can start to go with some control and bring that first leg back in. Good job, you guys, good job. This is starting to feel a little easy for you. Go ahead and slow it down even just a little bit more. You're gonna feel that core starting to work a little bit harder. Also a workout for the brain here as we slow these movement patterns down, requires a little bit more focus. Everyone's doing great. We got a couple more left in us here. And time. Well done, you guys, well done. Relax, rest for a moment, grab water if you need it. Let's prepare for the crawling up next. We're gonna get going here in 3, 2, 1. All right, good starting position first. Hands under the shoulders. Left leg, right arm moves first. Go forward a little bit. Then we can try and reverse it. Good job, you guys, good job. You may not remember, but this is a foundational movement that we all started doing when we were really, really young. Got to bring it back a little bit. Got to reteach the brain how to crawl. Lots of great benefits, especially for those joints, the shoulders and the hips. Keep that core tight. We're almost done. And time. Well done, you guys. Well done. Give those shoulders and those arms a break. Some nice deep breaths. We got our crossbar plank coming up next. If any part of that is uncomfortable on the shoulders, guys, go ahead and modify into something that is comfortable. Don't want to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back here. I'd rather just take 1 step forward. All right, let's get into it. Elbows planted under those shoulders. Core is tight, back is flat. It's okay if the hips seem a little bit high. It's a good position for our core. We don't want to have the hips too low here. It's going to put a little bit of undue pressure onto our lower spine. This one's mentally tough, guys. Try and stay with me here. Big exhales. Go to your happy place. Squeeze through that stomach. We're almost done. And time. Good job, you guys. Rest. Let's take some pressure off that upper body. Let's lay it back down. Reverse crunch coming up next. Almost done with round 2 out of 4 and part 1 here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's get that reverse crunch going. Good job, guys. Good job. And we're trying to pin something in between those thighs and that torso here. Big exhale will help us find those midsection muscles. Great work, great work. Control those legs back down, you guys. Don't let them flop. We want to be able to work those muscles on the way down as well, not just on the way up. Good work, guys. We're almost done. Couple more. And time. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay, we are done with round 2. That means round 3 is coming up. Nothing's changing. We're going into the same thing that we started with, which is that leg extension. Let's get it going here in 3, 2, 1. All right. Found our good starting position. Slowly straightening out that leg, bringing it back in, controlling through that hip, you guys. Should be feeling some top of the leg squeeze as we straighten out. Feel those quads a little bit. Still want to control it back into that bent knee position. And like I said before, if it's feeling kind of easy, slow it down. Even holding those legs out nice and straight, or one at least, help us find a little bit more burn, force us to work a little bit harder. And time. Well done, you guys, well done. Let's come on up, let's prepare for the crawl. Remember, if you're not crawling, it's okay. Hang out in that primal press position or just static in that position. Staring contest with the ground. All right, here we go. Let's get ourselves up. One step at a time, doesn't have to be quick. And the whole time we're pushing away from the ground with those shoulders and those arms. We don't want to feel ourselves sinking towards the ground with each crawling step that we take, that upper body. Trying to keep that back nice and flat. Pretend like you had a plate of your favorite food on your low back. Can't let it fall. Excellent work, you guys, excellent work. Let's keep going. We got less than 10 seconds left. Everyone's doing great. Come on, a couple more. And time. Rest those knees. Relax, shake those arms out. Crossbar plank is coming up next. We're working with kind of a plank sandwich in this program here today. All right, let's get it started. 3, 2, 1. Back into that crossbar plank. Good job, guys, good job. This one's a tough one. Second to last one that we got to do. Take low breaks as needed, but we're trying to push all the way through if we can. Sometimes it comes down to a little bit more mind over matter. Not so much of a question of can we do it, more now of will we do it. We got less than 10 seconds. Try and stay with me here. Trying to push through this one. And time. Well done, you guys, well done. Man, that one was burning. Okay, let's lay ourselves back down. We got second to last round of our reverse crunch coming up here. 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Good job, you guys. Control those legs back down. That same tension that we get as we exhale and pull the legs up, try and maintain it as we reverse direction with those legs back to the ground. Good. Good. Now we're starting to feel it. Lower abdomen. There we go. Still trying to pin something and hold it for a second in between the top of our legs and our torso here. Let's keep working. We got a couple left. Last one. Here we go. And time. Well done, everybody. Well done. Okay. Just like that, round 3 is in the books. We are on to round 4. After round 4, we're going to be resting for an additional 30 seconds before our 1 minute and 30-second AMRAP. All right, here we go. Round 4. Let's get those legs up. Extend one at a time. I'm going to challenge you guys on this round. Let's try and hold those legs nice and straight. Just one, for a count of 3. Should feel that core working extra hard, trying to keep that low back down, trying to keep that pelvis nice and even. Count of 3. Let's see if we can do it. Man, that is really exaggerating the burn I got going on. Good job, you guys. Good job making us ourselves better here. Mind over matter. We got a couple left. Maybe even just one if we're really holding it. There we go. Time. Well done, you guys. Well done. Way to push on that one. Okay. Crawling or primal press coming up next. We're going to start with that here in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're into it. Let's make sure that form is still looking just as good as it was in that first round. Trying to stay nice and square to the ground. Taking a couple steps forward and a couple steps back. Or you're staying static. Either way is fine. And either way, we got a plate of our favorite food on that low back. So a lot of twisting and turning, aka not having that core on. It's gonna let that plate of food just fly off our backs onto the ground. Let's keep it on there. A few more seconds left. Well done, and time. Great work, you guys, great work. All right, give it a little shake. Take some weight up off those arms and those shoulders. Next up, our last crossbar plank. This is gonna be a tough one. Let's get it started here in 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Last time we're doing it, we're on the clock. It's a staring contest with the ground, you guys. Like I said last round, not so much a matter of can we do it. I'm very confident in myself and everyone in this class that we can do it. It's more of the will we do it. A lot easier said than done. I know you guys are with me on this. Let's try and push a little bit though. See if we can surprise ourselves, surprise our body. That's what leads to that adaptation, that building strength over time. We're almost done. And time. Well done, you guys. Great job. Okay, onto our backs, reverse crunch coming up next. After this, we have a collective 45 seconds of rest before part 2 in that 1 second or 1 minute and 30-second AMRAP. All right, let's start our reverse crunches. Big exhales. Last time we're gonna do it. It would be cool if our AMRAP was 1 second. All of us would probably get a half rep or just 1 rep though. Not a great measurement of time to kind of test your abilities there. Great work, you guys, great work. Come on, big exhales. Pinning that back into the ground here. Great work, guys, great work. We're almost done, few left. And time. Good job, you guys. Rest for a moment, let's breathe. Try and collect ourselves. Remember, the only thing that we have left to do, 1 minute, 30 seconds worth of plank with the shoulder tap, just as many as possible. Take a moment to grab water, stand up if you need to, stretch some or move around. Got about 20 seconds left until we start again. Let's breathe, let's prepare. Hands are gonna be right under the shoulders. Remember, stay square to the ground. We don't wanna twist. It's okay to shift weight a little bit, but no big twisting upper or lower body. Let's keep those hips secure. All right, here we go. Final minute and 30. Let's get right into it. Plank, find that good position first, and then we're tapping one shoulder with the opposite hand. Pushing away from the ground. Good job, you guys. Remember, a wider stance with those feet is also gonna help us with stability. The wider the base, more stability we're gonna feel as we try and tap that opposite shoulder. It's okay if we're not going super fast. We'd much rather be focused on the quality at this point in the workout versus the quality over quantity. Thought I said that wrong for a sec. All right, we are within 1 minute. We're about 45 seconds away from being done. Let's see how long we can keep pushing it. Remember, stay real tight through that midsection. I like to think of myself as bracing my abs as if a 4-year-old was gonna try and hit me in the stomach. Good job, you guys. Keep racing. 25 seconds. Let's go. Good. Here we go. Stay consistent. Final 15 here. Let's keep those shoulders working. Keep that core tight. Almost done. Almost to the cool down. Good job, guys. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, you guys probably hear that sound. That is the timer going off. Let me stop it. That means that we are done with the main part of our workout today. Great job, you guys. Way to stay with me there. And we're probably burning through the whole body, shoulders, hips, core, everything there at the end. Let's go ahead and cool down. Let's calm it down a little bit. And let's start in either a standing or a tall kneeling position. Now that tall kneeling is both knees on the ground, hips under us. We have the option to do that, or we can stand. Either way, we're gonna open up the front of those shoulders a little bit. Take care of that upper body here for a sec. So I'm gonna start in standing, feet planted about hip width apart. Hands are gonna come and interlace behind the back. They're gonna drop down to the ground. We're gonna try and open up the chest here, the front of those shoulders, while keeping the hips under us to try and breathe deeply into that chest. It's okay to puff it out just a little bit. We don't want to be crazy arched through the spine though. This gives us a good opportunity to start to relax those core muscles. Breathe heavily into that torso, upper rib cage, lower rib cage. We're trying to blow it up like a balloon. Shoulders are back. And those nice long exhales are the key to us calming it down, nervous system and heart rate. Nice long exhales. Let's do one more big deep breath. After that nice long exhale, you guys, we can release those hands. Let those arms kind of come back to the side, shake them out a little bit if you need to. Next thing we're gonna do is come down to the ground. We're gonna be on our stomachs to close it out movement-wise here today. Doing a little bit of cobra, taking care of that spine as well. So once we get down into position where we're comfortably laying down on the stomach, we're gonna stay static from the waist down. That means the front of those hips are gonna stay connected to the ground here. No matter how far up it takes to push yourself up here, if those hips start to come up, let's come down a little bit just to make sure that those hips can stay connected and we're not putting too much undue pressure on the spine here. All right, so with those hands planted up around head level, maybe a little bit higher, we're just gonna push ourselves up a couple times. Inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we're pushing away from the ground, trying to straighten out those arms, leaving the hips on the ground. We're gonna stay up here for one breath. Feeling all those abdominal muscles stretch out. Let's lower ourselves down back slowly. Breathing as we go. Let's take one breath here on the ground. All right, next breath, we're coming up one more time. Let's stay up here for an additional breath, you guys. Let's stretch out those abdominal muscles. Let's breathe into that belly. And as we exhale, let's lower it down nice and slow. From here, you guys can hang out for a moment just to make sure the spine kind of settles back down and it all feels great. From here, we can kind of peel ourselves up, pull yourself up into hands and knees or whichever way is most comfortable for you to rise. But that will do it for my abs and core class here today. I want to thank you guys for joining me. First of all, hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. Looking forward to what we got going on this week, which is more live classes. Step challenge registration is going to continue to be open through the beginning of that challenge. So if you don't already have a partner, go and find one. If you know someone who needs one, try and network. Let's pair people up. We're gonna put it all together, create a great team challenge out of this one. I'm really looking forward to it. That starts on July 12th, which is next week. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Coach Luis signing off here. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Luis.
See you, Dan. Good job.